Welcome everyone to February Rambles with your host, me, Thomas Xplores, or Thomas Greer, whichever way you want to put it. That is in fact my full name. The other channel I'm working on has my full name, so look, it's nothing secret. Anyways, I just wanted to chat to you about a few upcoming things with the channel. On the screen, I'm just going to be doing a wee bit of a walk around. As I said in previous videos, I pace when I'm on the phone, or sending voice notes or anything. I always pace around the house. Instead of pacing, I'm pacing in-game. In fact, we'll run it like this. That looks kind of... Nah, we'll run it like this. Even better. Okay, so let's talk about several topics. And I've wrote a list. Nothing is scripted, but for once, I wrote a list so I would stay on topic. First off, we had 50k subscribers on YouTube. A stellar point to make it. Two, I honestly, like everyone's going to say whenever they do a video like this, I didn't think I would make it to 50k. But what's strange is now that I've made it to 50k, I know I can make it to 100k. Obviously, couldn't have done it with all your support and will not be able to without your support. But the reason I say I can is because I can confidently say I'm going to try and deliver. I say try, I'm going to deliver the best content, mop up a few series, start a few new games like New Vegas and Skyrim, and we'll finish off Far Harbor, Nuka World, and just really get our teeth into it. 100% playthroughs. It's going to be a stellar year, and I can't wait. And this is all before April, before I was even expecting a bump. I was expecting my content to get a bit of a bump in April because the show, Fallout London, everyone coming back. That's why I was doing a lot of my guides and all, just kind of prepare things, because most of the guides are back in 2014. To be honest, most of them are pretty decent. I just wanted to put my own hallmark in doing more up-to-date guides. So yeah, because sometimes the audio can be a wee bit crackly with people. Video content back in 2014, 2015 wasn't the best at times, but yeah, not to take away from all those creators. Now, in terms of growth, I do want to point out a few things. This is mainly pointed at anyone that does their own content. If you ever seen nasty comments on your channel or on your videos or anything, just always remember, A, people have bad days, and B, some people are just genuinely horrible people. It's the way the world works. The internet is especially like that. And how I deal with most of them is I heart them. So they're always drowned in the fact that I heart every comment I read. That is my way of keeping track of the comments I do read. Fun fact about me doing my comments. Hello, Siegebreaker bot. Fun fact about the way I do comments. And anytime you see them, I have hearted your message in the past 3 weeks from today. I have actually been on the cycling machine in the gym. I have it dedicated to the point that it's the only time I will respond, which has led to me needing to be on it even longer. And it went from 5k to 6k to 7k. Today I did 8 kilometers, which took me about 35-40 minutes. There's a wee power armor here. Sorry, I just deviated straight away to an unmarked location. The force of habit. You get that with the channel. But yeah, I did 8k. It took me 40 minutes in and around that region to reply to every TikTok comment and every YouTube. Read. Replying I'd have been on till tomorrow. I try to reply to questions anytime I know I can instantly help. I know the community, it's got to the point that the comment section self-regulates, which I think is just fantastic. It just shows the community is growing. And that's just a fantastic thing. So many people have needed answers to certain things. And obviously I don't tend to do playthroughs in this channel as much as I would like to. So my knowledge on general playthrough perks and combos and all isn't as high as Unmarked Locations. So the fact that yous are all commenting, thank you for that. And by the way, feel free to comment more. And know that every time you comment, that means I'm on that cycling machine a little longer and helping me on my general physical journey. It wasn't too bad, but now I just want to get jacked and ripped and just be like, yep, this is me doing YouTube videos and just feeling great. So just a wee side goal alongside everything. In terms of that, I do want to go into... I was passing the nasty comments thing, now that it's jogged my memory again. Nasty comments. If you're a content creator or you're getting into this space, or you want to get into this space, I always see comments like that. You have to be thick-skinned. There's no doubt about it. And you have to try so hard not to bite back. There was one day I came back, and I'm usually in a fantastic mood, but this day I just seen a particularly nasty comment, and I really wanted to bite back. And I did, because sometimes you just let human nature go. But I was funny about it, comedic, and the person then deleted the text thread. I wasn't super mean, it was just funny. I was just like, yeah, you're kind of right, but this is what I think. And they just deleted it, and I'm like, oh, cool. So yeah, to be honest, all the platforms are somewhat similar. You get a wee bit of hate here on YouTube, on Facebook. But the comments I do want to point out, and I know those people that drop those comments will never watch a long form Rambles video to this point, because they know that they're the ones. But if any of them make it, I'd want to ask, what makes you think that everybody knows everything about this game? I never get that. Like, the amount of times I get a comment and it's like, everybody already knows this. Everybody already knows this. It's the only one that almost gets under my skin. It doesn't, but it bewilders me, and I never ever can fully understand that there's so many people out there, because it's loads of different people, and the wording changes slightly, but still the same meaning of, everyone knows this. I'm like, well, I didn't know this, and most of the comments and likes don't know this. So, there just must be people walking about that think that if they've seen it 6 or 7 years ago, then everyone's seen it, which I find a wee bit fascinating. But if anyone made it, if any of you are in that chat, listen, keep commenting. The engagement, that's one thing people forget. Hate is good. A lot of the biggest celebrities that you might completely dislike, you might just, I can't stand them. A lot of the time, haters actually fuel a lot of things. Now, I never want to be built on that sort of ground, and I know my pronunciation and the hate I get for that is probably one of the biggest drivers of the channel, which, look, it is what it is. You've just got to, you got to continue with things like that. But I do try my best. I have a wee team of people that, correct me and keep me up to date with the lingo, and I try and correct it as I go, and I do Google search as best I can. But it's the same when people try and pronounce places here. Oh, I've done a video on this. I don't ever remember seeing a saucepan though. That's cool. I like that. But yeah, I don't remember you. Honestly, I have found 3 or 4 unmarked locations that I've never seen before. So once Far Harbour's done, then Nuka World's done, I'll be coming back to the Commonwealth to kind of mop up things. So stay tuned for that, because there's going to be a few never before seen places. And thank you to everyone that comments, to let me know if there is somewhere that I've maybe missed, because I love seeing things like that. Because I do go and investigate everything. Any comment that does, I make a wee note of it, and I go to the area, because I want to be thorough. No point in doing this at this point if I'm not going to be thorough. But yes, getting a bit off track. We're going back to my notes. Yeah, so covered Nuka World. In terms of going full time, it's almost here. I am excited beyond belief at the thought of being a full-time content creator. And obviously, thank you so much for getting me to the stage that it's even a remote possibility. Now, there's a lot of things that need to go into place for that, and it's not going to be overnight. And I'm thinking I'm phased into part-time anyway, and then I'll obviously be phasing into full-time. My current employment situation allows for that seamlessly, and that is a brilliant pro that I've got going for me. So I'm looking forward to it. And once I do go full time, it's going to be wild to see just how much content I can get through, because once I get on a roll doing a video like this, doing any videos, like when you see my unmarked locations, know that the vast majority of them are done in very large batches. When I get going, it's it is a steam train that does not stop, and it just keeps going. And that's just the way I record my content. Actually, I watched a video of Mr. Beast, and he was saying like he would just work flat out until, you know, he kind of burns out. And I kind of do that. Like, I will record until I burn out for, you know, a day. But then in terms of burnout, I actually then just swap into like editing, doing thumbnails. Oh, that's another thing. I've completely declared war on all of my old thumbnails that aren't like unified into the current iteration that you see. You know, the green and the number at the corner. There's about 200 left. I'm not gonna lie, there was 400, and now we're down to 2. I think by the end of this week, that's my deadline is end of this week. Every video, you'll be able to watch them from number 1, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through to approximately 1,000, as we've definitely passed. And beyond, I'll have them all in perfect order, thumbnails, descriptions, everything's going to be perfect. And then if you do ever want to do a mega marathon of my playlist, I'll actually be amazed to see, I must count up the total watch time for the entire playlist. That would be frightening to see. Was the average a minute, so some of them average much more than a minute. Maybe 2,000 minutes for 1,000 episodes already. That's probably being very conservative. Like, probably a higher number. That is scary. That's I'm doing quick maths. About 40 hours, 30 to 40 hours currently. That's wow. I've been doing this a long time. I think that's it. Yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, Maz checks out. That's amazing. That is some amount of content. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, then you throw in the long form, which again are. Remember, anytime you see content on this channel, nothing's duplicated to the very best of my ability. Maybe a few of the shorts have some duplications here and there, but everything's organic. What I wanted with the long form is if someone wanted to watch a video that was an hour long and compilation of all my Unmarked, what I didn't want is for them to see an hour of me mishmashing, you know, all my videos together. Because I say thank you at the end of most of them, so I didn't want them to hear thank you 100 times in a montage. So it's all brand new content. So if you want to watch the long form, and I encourage you to do so, if you think, well, I don't want to see like a collection of the same video. It's like, they're not the same. They're all different. So, you know. Today I actually did a video on 5 of the top locations, and I'm going to do a good few of them because not everyone's ever going to... No one's going to watch the full... Sorry. Some of you have 100% watched the full 1,000. Yous are immense. Fair play to yous. Brilliant. I mean, I'm honoured that you would spend so much of your time watching my content. And I know some of you have not only watched 1,000, I know some of you have maybe watched it twice. So, if you do enjoy the short form, fantastic. Stick at it, I'm glad. But just know the long form is a completely different, collection. And because most people will never watch the 1,000, the vast 99% will not watch the full 1,000, I think it's best I do wee collections of 5 locations to give people, you know, there's an audience that will definitely love and appreciate 5 decent locations with good meat on the bones. Because obviously when you go through the full 1,000, some of them we have to make up a lot of the, you know, the background, the story and all, and you know, it's a lot of theory crafting. Whilst there are loads of really good unmarked locations, 35 Court, the Stolen Tanks, the list is endless. Crash Vertibirds. There's so many, not only great storytelling, but really good loot. So, you know, throwing all that in, I'll be doing lots more in wee collections of maybe 5 or 10, you know, locations per video. And then I'll still be doing the major long form, so you're still going to get an hour plus videos even more. When we'll eventually get on the New Vegas and Skyrim, they'll get long form as alongside the short form as well. So you can see the way that the Thomas Xplores universe is building up. You've seen that too. It was like Simon and someone else. Huh. Okay, what else have I got to talk about? Yes, so moving on to the social media platforms other than YouTube, because this video will be, I'm going to be putting it around Facebook and YouTube. So essentially what's happening is Facebook past 5k, brilliant. It's almost up to date. I think if you see this video, we're about a week away from Facebook and YouTube being in sync, getting the same content every day, which is good. Facebook, there's a big catalog of videos to get through, so, we got through it. Rumble is much further behind. It's catching up, though, so hopefully, again, about 6 videos a day, it should catch up end of March, start of April. And the thing is, there is a ton of work put in to uploading to Facebook, uploading to Rumble, because my internet's slow. It's not the best. It's not super fast. So I kind of need to always keep on top of putting videos in. Facebook's a dream. You bulk upload. I have all the thumbnails. I'm very organized in where I keep everything. It's easy. Rumble have got to do it video by video, as them and YouTube and Rumble don't really like each other anymore. Natural competitors. Who's surprised at this point? So there's no straight up uploading directly to Rumble. That feature didn't really work well for me anyway, so I've got to manually do it, and it essentially means that the amount of extra work to put it on the Rumble channel is insane. BitChute and Odyssey, they're automatic, and they're actually really good at the uploading of 3 per day, so it just is a clone of the YouTube channel up to date. So that's pretty awesome. I like that. But I also put up videos on X. X is probably the only platform that I haven't gained much traction in. There's about 40 followers at the moment. But if that's a media that you want to see my content on, feel free to follow. I am going to put my best efforts into keeping up to date and putting videos there. I like to spread my content, and I like to go where all the audience is. If there are people, and I know plenty of them, on just BitChute, just Rumble, just Odyssey, and they like watching my content, well, there's no reason for me to deprive them and not be there. And I would go so far as to encourage other creators, in this space. I doubt many of them would watch to this point, but if they are, or if you're thinking of starting, get yourself on every platform, unified, and just, if you do Reels, throw them up on TikTok, throw them up on Facebook, throw them up on YouTube. Reel is short, a TikTok. They're all the same thing. In fact, I'll go so far as I'm going to do a dedicated video on explaining a lot of behind the scenes things for other creators that may find it useful. You can upload up to 60-second reels, or 60 seconds on YouTube. So shorts end at 60 seconds. They may follow like TikTok, and TikTok have a much better revenue model for longer videos, which I have taken advantage of, as you need to. If you're pursuing this full time, you've got to take all the opportunities you can get. So TikTok, I put up an awful lot of my long form content. I edit in text, and edit the motion so it all looks nice. TikTok, you can do over a minute, and you aren't paid unless it is over a minute, and you have 10,000 followers. So that's where ad revenue in TikTok ticks in. It used to be that you would have got ad revenue at 10,000 followers for shorter than a minute, but the revenue was apparently like 1 or 2 pence, which would have still added up considering the amount of views that my TikTok has got. But the revenue's still pretty decent. It's actually, TikTok is growing into, I can fully share this, I don't really mind. My top ad revenue is long form YouTube by a mile at 100%. It dwarfs everything. Shorts bring in subscribers and viewers, and the hope is, in terms of by a full-time content, the hope is that people watch my shorts and eventually move on to my medium videos to longer videos, as that is where the ad revenue really kicks in. It used to be Facebook in second place for its Reels program, and I actually recently just unlocked revenue for Facebook for my long form, and combined it's still doing pretty well per month, but TikTok has soared past it, as I've made a few I've made a few adjustments and made much better long form content. I put my guides for all the comics on TikTok, and it's been well received and doing very well. So TikTok is surprisingly cruising into second place in the revenue stream, which means that it's propelling me closer to, you know, overall full-time content creating, which again I'm so grateful for. It's great. So the three platforms pretty much coexist very nicely with one another in that regard. And then all the alternatives, Rumble, BitChute, again, thank you to everyone on those platforms that are watching this particular video. Yous are awesome too. And then everyone on YouTube, everyone on Facebook commenting. As I said, every time you do comment, it means that I'm on that bike longer. So I definitely encourage it. And I do try my best to look at video or comment responses. It's a section I can click only when I'm really on the computer. Oh no, I can do it on my phone too. But it's getting super, super difficult to track. So if you have an additional question, try and not do it. If I reply to you and you have an additional question, it's probably best you just put it on as another, you know, comment. And that way I'll be able to see it again, as it'll be bumped to the top of my feed as I stay on top of comments. It's just the easiest way if anyone was wondering. I never ignore anyone to the best of my ability, but as you can tell, like I woke up and there was 400 comments overnight because one of the shorts blew up, and well, actually all the content blew up and everyone was messaging. It was great. So yeah, a few more of them and I'll be able to do like a marathon. But yes, let me see. Member content, just wanted to, you know, sort of taper off on this wee regard. If you're a member and you've made it to this point, well, thank you so much for all the continued support of yourself on the channel. My members get early access to the 3 videos I do every day. And those 3 videos are going to increase dramatically over the coming weeks, and probably will extend that you'll probably get early access content for 30 days or more. Or 30 days ahead, so plenty coming, and I hope I'm going to get it to where the early access content will be always sort of 2 to 3 weeks ahead of the main channel. That's the goal. I don't want to push it much further than that, or have it much shorter than that. The reason being, you know, my content evolves, commentary, videos, you know, I don't want to be too far ahead. I don't want it where it's 3, 4, 5 weeks of early access. It sounds brilliant, but in terms of, you know, up to date, I don't know. I will say this. I will be extending the early access point as much as I can. So yeah. And of course, anyone else that has watched this point and hasn't considered it is 99p, and you do get early access to all my content. Turns out I was really thirsty for talking for nearly 23 minutes or straight. But yeah, I've pretty much covered everything. I must say, yeah, brilliant. I mean, shout out to all the members as well, supporters, all yous, doing the Lord's work for sure, and keeping this all going. Because for a lot of people, if you purchase a membership, it's more so that you're putting faith that my content's going to continue and you want to support that. And anyone that contributes in the form of comments, watching, still you contribute to the ad revenue. So never ever, and if you've premium, you contribute to that as well. So never ever feel that you know, any little bit of help that you give along the way does wonders for me. And it honestly, thank you so much. It has definitely been an amazing journey. And an interesting point is I'm starting to meet new creators, and I know there's creators in the comments section, and you know, that it's awesome to be part of this community because everyone's great. And yeah, hopefully hopefully this is the year of Fallout 4. That we really get, you know, I can't wait to play Fallout 5 with my grandchild in the future. I don't even have a child yet, but it shows you the faith I have and how long it's going to be. Fallout London, I will be doing all the locations and unmarked things that I can find. Hopefully they do have a few. I would really appreciate that. So if any of their devs or anyone watches my content, you know, wink wink. I'm sure they'll add a few locations like that, and I can really pick apart the whole thing. It'll be good fun no less. But yeah, so as for February, basically get all the playlists in order. Skyrim is going to be delayed a wee bit as I focus on Far Harbor, but don't worry, Skyrim is coming. And the painting I got, by the way, unbelievable. Like, serious. You will see it in the background of the next ramble. I just need to get it up on the wall. But if any of you are looking real nice artwork, I highly recommend Sarah's. I'm going to butcher it, so I'm not going to say it, so I'll put it down in a pinned comment. If any of you want to view her art or throw her some support, it is really, really good. I'm not the biggest art person, but I seen it and I want it. And that's my shopping style. If I see it, I want it, I buy it. That's just the way it goes. Still haven't managed to get the Ferrari yet, but you know, I like it. Maybe someday. But yes, I suppose I'll just end on the note of hope you continue your Fallout journey. This has been immensely fun and will continue to be. And if you've any questions or queries, let me know in the comments. And I tell you what I'll do for the next episode of March Rambles is I will answer any questions you have. So throw down anything you want to know, just anything, Fallout, life related, and I will answer it in next month's Rambles. So yeah. What's funny is I had in my head, I knew where I was walking to. I thought I'll start at the Milton General billboard and I'll walk towards the Northern Star. I was opening the map because I forgot it for a second, and then I remembered. It was like, oh, the Northern Star. And I'm like, I'll never make it. I won't talk that long. That, my best mate would tell you, Astro would tell you, is a lie, because I always talk way more than I ever mean to. And yeah, a lot of people seem to enjoy it. To be honest, let me know also if you're dropping a question. Let me know anyone that makes it to the end of this video. If you see this bit, just comment down below, made it to the end, and a wee thank you. And it just, it always surprised me because average viewer duration for these are always extremely low. It's just me ranting. It's a Northern Irish guy talking crap for almost 30 minutes. So, you know, I understand that, but still pretty awesome. So yeah, if you see this on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, wherever you are, have a great evening. See you all in the next one, I suppose. Thank you.